Okay, I have a new job opening and I'm ready to post it. I know the title, I know what I want them to do, I know who they'll report to. Wait, I have no idea what the job should pay. Setting salaries. Feeling stumped on where to start? Stay tuned. Hi entrepreneurs, I'm Vicky Brown, and you're in the right place if you want to engage your team, boost your business, and grow your leadership muscle. You know, setting salaries for the positions in your company can seem to be a really tricky prospect, but you can make it a lot easier and more accurate if you follow these 5 steps. 1. Look at the marketplace. What are other companies paying for the job? There are a host of online resources that can help you figure this out, but first, you'll need a job description. And if you're having difficulty in writing a job description, check out our episode, When Should I Hire My First Employee? Once you have a job title and description, take a look at salary.com, PayScale, Glassdoor, and Indeed to find out what jobs are paying and what companies are offering for those positions. Some of these sites actually let you drill down into location, industry, company size, and skills and experience, so they can be a really valuable resource. And checking out job posting sites will help you with what companies are offering in real time. Next, determine the value of the position to your company. For instance, the operations director provides more value to the business than the customer service representative. Or actually, maybe you think it's exactly the opposite. But either way, this will help you see where a job should be positioned inside your organization. Next, what's your budget? You know, I used to make the mistake of making this the first step on the list, and I finally realized I was going after everything backward. Sure, I need to have the funds to pay for the job, but I either won't get any candidates or won't get valuable candidates if I put the salary range too low because of my budget. If your budget can't get you in the ballpark of the range your research determined, you'll need to do one of 3 things. 1, rework the budget so you can put more dollars toward the salary. And remember, the purpose of bringing on a new team member is to help you grow the company. So you should see a return on your investment at least inside of 3 months. Keep that in mind when you're trying to figure out how much budget you have for the position. Look toward 3-month salary versus a full 12-month load. Next up, be creative in the compensation. Maybe the value isn't in all cash. Can you offer bigger and better perks, like more vacation or a bonus, or depending on the position, some sort of profit bonus? What about a flexible work week? What's your benefits package? Can the position be part-time? All these features can be part of the compensation conversation you have with a candidate. And finally, if you can't find any way to swing number 1 or number 2, then perhaps rethink bringing on someone new right now. Maybe you can enhance the responsibilities of an existing team member and increase their salary. What are other people in your company making right now? If you have others in the same position, consider where their salaries are. You don't want a huge swing in compensation for the same job. Sure, someone with significantly more experience may be paid a bit more, but the gap shouldn't be massive. Aside from the problem it can create inside the company, and yes, no matter how hard you try, salaries always get out. And in fact, you can't force an employee to keep quiet about their salary. Big gaps in compensation can leave you with quite the management issue on your hands. Also, consider leaving room for growth. If you bring someone in at the very top of the range for the job, they won't have anywhere to go but be overpaid for the job you have them doing. In which case, you're not being fair to the business. Now, if they bring so much value above what was expected for that role, you should perhaps reevaluate the role. Think of it this way. If they were to leave, what role or title would you look for to replace the value they contribute? You may have hired them as a social media coordinator, but in fact, they're doing the job of a social media director. Now, in addition to the 5 things you should consider when setting the salary of a job, there are a number of things you absolutely should not consider. Gender. I know you're shocked, but I have to tell you, I still come across this even today. Gender should never be a factor in setting salaries. I can't believe I have to say it. Age. Just because someone is younger does not mean they should be cheaper. Of course, if someone has more experience or skills, they may qualify for a higher salary. But I've met plenty of highly skilled and experienced 24-year-olds. So age cannot be a determining factor. Family status. Yep, I heard this recently. I'm going to offer him more because he's the head of the household and has mouths to feed. Well, once I could speak again, I mentioned that that was flawed logic. Otherwise, people with children would be paid more than people without children. By the way, I won. And finally, salary history. That's right, you shouldn't, and in many cases are prohibited from asking about salary history. Studies have shown that factoring in salary history actually perpetuates the gender pay gap. Once you're underpaid, if subsequent employers use your salary history to determine their offer, you'll continue to be underpaid and never catch up. That's why in many states and some cities, they ban salary history questions. Now, go forth and hire that perfect candidate. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe and share. And remember, your inspired leadership is the secret sauce to having a high-performance team and a wildly successful business you'll love. I'll see you next time on Leader's Journey.